We built BTWB to support independent gyms. These gym owners have unique journeys that led them to create incredible communities in their towns or cities all around the world. Spotlight is going to help tell these stories and celebrate these people. All right, Justin, man, thanks for making this happen today.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to be here.
Where are you located?
Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay, okay. Is that okay? All right, because one of my next questions was going to be there's usually a story behind a name, and Salty Hive CrossFit sounded like a unique and cool name. So what is the story behind that?
Yeah. I own a gym that was pre-existing. So the previous name really meant nothing to me because I took it from like owner number two, and owner number one created it. So I was like, if I'm going to put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, I want to name it. And at the time, just like everybody is passionate about their community, that's what made me want to try to own this thing and take it over. So I was trying to come up with something that resembled a community. And our logo has always had like four letters between barbells. Like it used to be the
Mm-hmm.
initials of the affiliate. So I wanted like a four letter between the barbell, like a minimal adjustment to things. And so anyway, Hive came up and I looked up the definition at the time I came across it was a teeming multitude. And I was like, and
I like that.
Utah's the beehive state, like
Oh, I didn't know
California is
that.
the sunshine state or whatever, Florida, whatever. I don't know. Don't quote
Are
me
you
on
guys overrun by bees out there?
that. I mean, we get a lot in the summer, but
Okay.
I don't know. Like a lot of companies and brands run with like hive stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
Uh, so initially, I applied to just be Hive CrossFit, but there were too many similarities. And so my secondary one was Salty Hive, and salty Salt Lake City, like you get
I
salty
dig
when you
it.
sweat. And I'm actually really grateful that we got Salty Hive because a lot of our, like if we got people signing up for a local comp, it's usually like salty squad or salty this.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we're kind of referred to as Salty Hive, but our like shorter name is usually referred to Salty. So
I
yeah,
dig it.
we've had a lot of fun with it.
I'm curious, and I was going to get there later, but you brought up something. I'll touch on it now. So that gym was pre-existing and you purchased it.
Yep.
And were a member at the time, or were you on the lookout for a gym to purchase?
I was a member slash coach, and I would put it kind of in that order. I was a coach, and maybe closer to when I bought it, I felt more of a coach, but most of my coaching experience up to that point was like filling in for the previous owner. And I
Okay.
remember telling him at one time, I was like, "Hey, when you're not here, I want it to feel like you're still here. Like I'm just going to be kind of the chess pawn, and I'm going to do things how you do it and try to run things how you do it." Uh, so yeah, I loved training here. I was part of the community. I also coached and helped him what I thought helped him run the business, but I had no idea what I was getting myself into in hindsight. So
Well, that
uh
was kind of my question, or at least where I was going, which is I don't think most people who haven't run a gym understand how difficult it is and how much goes. Maybe some people are just like, hey, I love to coach, or I love CrossFit, or I love working out. I should open a gym. It's like, maybe, but
yeah.
maybe you should definitely know what you're getting into. So, what made you, I guess maybe you answered my question. Did you know what you were getting into as a gym owner? What made you want to take that leap from coach to owner?
The short answer is I wasn't satisfied doing what I was doing.
Mm,
When me and my wife initially bought it, I thought I could do what I was doing, which was social work. So I have a master's of social work. I was a clinical social worker for about 5 or 6 years before doing this full time. I thought I could do social work 30 to 40 hours a week and then run this on the side and with my mornings and my evenings. But I wish I knew the exact timeline. It wasn't long, 3, maybe 6 months. And I was like, if this thing is going to continue and if it's going to be successful at all, it
mm.
needs somebody's full attention. And at the time, that was me, right? So took the leap of faith and really not because I loved it. Like you said, I loved CrossFit first, and then I got the opportunity to coach. I didn't really take that serious for a while. I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to be at the gym more often. Like
Right.
I thought my fitness would go up kind of in
Right.
my early 20s when I started coaching. But then I fell in love with the coaching aspect, the craft of coaching, getting better knowledge, like meeting different people where they're at. So I would be at my social work job, and any second I was watching videos or reading journal articles or like sharpening my craft as a coach. And it just slapped me in the face. I'm like, dude, if you want to be a coach, you got to give yourself a chance. If you want to run this gym, you got to give it a chance. And so here we are. It's been 6 years in April, so just a little over, coming up on 6.5 years since we've owned it. And the last couple years, my wife's done some part-time jobs off the side, but the last couple years it's been me and her. That's all we do. And we actually just brought on one of our coaches full time for the first time. So here we
Okay.
are.
That's very cool. And that actually dovetailed into a question that I have from talking to a lot of gym owners is I don't even know if it's 50-50. I don't know what the ratio is. But I think I talked to more gym owners who do have a side gig than gym owners that don't have a side gig. So sounds like you're able to make it your full-time gig to provide for your life and now, which is incredible. When you hung up the social work, was that one heck of a risk to stop that paycheck and then dive into this thing that I have to assume at that point in time couldn't support you? I mean, that takes some courage, my friend.
Yeah, for
Emotional.
sure. I wish I could explain more to like I really didn't. What I knew is that we had saved money. The my last job I wasn't making crazy money, but making more money than I'd ever made. But I knew the last 6 months to a year that I hated it. And so I
Mm,
was being really frugal with money, knowing that I wouldn't be doing that for very long.
mhm.
And
Gotcha.
so when I took that risk, yeah, I mean, I had no idea how long it would last. If you'd have told me then that 6 years from now we'd be where we are now, I don't think I'd have believed you. I I think I maybe thought it would be a 2 to 3 to 4 year venture, and maybe I'd go back to social work
Mm,
find something a little more stable, if you will. And it still is. And I think anytime you're self-employed or running a business, it still is. Every month changes. It is a risk, an
yes, sir.
investment in yourself. But I've had a lot of fun doing it. I've learned a ton outside of all the CrossFit stuff and coaching stuff, just about myself and organization and leadership and uh, kind of tempering. I've got a loud personality, kind of tempering that at times and building a relationship with somebody before I kind of turn up the volume on myself. And I learn every single day. Like just a couple days ago, a longtime member gave me some feedback on something I said, and I just thanked him a lot. I was like, you know what, I I was totally blind to that, and now that you point that out, I think that I can try to moving forward keep my eye open to things similar to that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's been a ride, and we've consistently grown membership base and bottom line stuff over the years, and uh,
Yes, and let me pause you there. What do you if there's if there's one common thing aside from I'd love to have a wonderful
oh,
community.
I lost you.
Oh,
I
can you
can't
hear
hear
me?
you. Oh, there you go. You're back. I can
I
now.
was going to say, if there is one common factor, when I speak to gym owners, that they want to have a good community, you've got to get your members fit or they're going to leave, right? I mean, the proof's in the pudding. But on top of that, most gym members would love to increase their membership. And when you and I were chatting, setting this interview up, you said that basically, since you've got the gym, you've been able to double the membership base. That would be a dream come true for a lot of people. What have you found works to get more members in the door?
And I wish I had the like simple solution, package it up nicely. Um, I think we prioritize, and from the get go, I prioritized coaching and that being the service that we're in, the service that we're selling. And so regardless of what is going on or if we get distracted, like I really try to invest and empower my coaches to have all the tools they need, and they're the foundation. The coaching staff is the foundation. They kind of come first, and they're the leaders as well.
Mm.
All the coaches join classes. We all do the same programming. So I think it's, you got to build the culture, a culture that you're proud of, that you want to be a part of. And I think leading that day to day, it makes it easy to like sell what we're doing, because I believe in it. I do it. I live it. I own it. And the coaches fall right behind with that. I
You say it's word of mouth?
yeah, we don't do, I mean, little to no marketing.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, we get the frequent, yeah, I just Googled CrossFit. You're the closest one. I mean, this industry turnover is crazy. People are always coming and going. I always tell people that we focus on those that are walking through the door every single day. We can't be worried about the Joes and the Sues that we haven't seen in a week. Obviously, they're on our radar and we want to support them. But if we give the people that are walking through the door the best experience possible every single day, they're going to come back, and they're probably going to, like we just had our kids course, our summer kids course. They're going to bring their kids to the kids course. They're going to bring their wife to the hero workout or whatever, the free Saturdays. And it's just a slow trickle. People are always coming out the bottom of the bucket is kind of how I look at it. And like we had 2 or 3 members last month move, and they didn't want to leave the gym, but
life happens.
Yeah, they can't attend when they live 8 hours away, right? So if you're not adding to the top of the bucket, it'll slowly drip out the bottom. So
that makes
yeah,
sense.
I think that you got to constantly be staying on it. I'm always trying, if I don't have somebody in the wings, whether that's via email or Instagram message or a text, or I talked to you about you bringing your wife this Saturday. If I'm not working on getting a new person in, that's a problem. And as someone in our on-ramp program, so it kind of trickles down, because there's always somebody leaving, whether you know it or they know it.
Right.
There's somebody's going to be leaving, so you have to be constantly working on bringing people in.
It's the nature of the beast. And that resonates with, honestly, most of the gym owners. I say it's word of mouth. It's, provide a great service that your people want to brag about you. I mean, quite frankly. And so most gym owners that I talk to believe that their gym and their community is the best one on the planet. As well, they should, right? Or else they'd be in the wrong profession. So if somebody hasn't been to Salt Lake, hasn't been to Salty Hive, like give us a sense of what's your gym all about? What's the community? What's the vibe? Some people skew older, younger, competitive, people with kids, like just what's Salty Hive all about?
Man, I'd like to say, as you hit on those demographics, I was like, yep, right? And I remember talking to people early on, is like, you got to define a target market, and like who do you want in there? And I really just want people that have good, like that want to work hard and that are patient and that want to have fun, right? And so I think that if you showed up, you're going to be greeted, like everyone's going to know that nobody knows you, right? So whether it's be a coach or a member, you're probably going to be greeted like, hey, can we help you? Are you dropping in? Are you visiting? Is it your first time? So I think people would feel welcomed right away. Secondarily, they're going to notice that people are having fun in here. And then kind of afterwards, you're like, oh, wow, those people know how to work hard as well. So I take a lot of pride and am very tickled whenever someone leaves here and is like, awesome gym, awesome vibes, awesome community. And I think that vibe thing, it's like the Salty Hive vibe. Like wherever we go, we kind of bring that with us. We're proud, we're loud, we're welcoming. And it, like, we kind of do that unapologetically. Like you kind of know when the Salty Hive peeps are around because they're kind of the loud, wild bunch.
Nice.
And I like that about us. Whether you're, I mean, we've sent a team to the semifinals. We've had people that are really fit, really competitive, and that's good for the culture and the community. That gets people behind them, but it's definitely not our focus. That's just a byproduct of training hard and working
Mm-hmm.
hard and being consistent. People kind of have this level of fitness that they want to express it one way or another. And we have a lot of fun at local comps. I feel like if we're going to do it, we're going to push it and we're going to try to get handfuls of teams together and kind of take over. Uh, so yeah, I agree 100%. Everybody thinks their community is special, and it is. Like everyone has their own special thing, and our vibe might not be for some people, right? Like we expect you to be a part of the group and do the things that everybody else is doing, and that's not what some people are looking for. You're going to be coached. It's very structured. You're going to be told what to do, when to do it, and if you're not doing it, you'll be kind of called out. Like, Pat,
Right.
join
Right.
us over here. You're not too cool to do the warm up with us, right?
Yeah.
And some people don't want that, but a lot of people thrive in that. We found that out when we closed down with the COVID stuff. People came back and was like, man, I thought I knew how to work out, but like just like getting myself ready and getting a warm up and setting things up. Like I
Sure. I mean,
missed
they're paying
having
you
the
for a
structure.
professional service and a professional experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
It makes sense to provide that. Like you said, when you first get into it, uh, maybe it's a good thing that you didn't know how deep the pool was that you were jumping into actual gym
Probably.
ownership and all the roles and responsibilities and time commitments and things to do even after business hours or before business hours. So your time is precious. What made you go with BTWB with the all-in-one?
That's a good question. We go way back with BTWB even prior to my ownership. We've always been old school. We write the workout on the whiteboard, and most days we don't even like designate whether you did it RX or not. Like we're gonna like, oh, you did the thing and you got a time. Great job, Pat. Like we'll see you tomorrow. So at one point, one of my current coaches actually, and then long standing member, she just had her kiddo here. They downloaded the app on their own because they were sick of writing it down on a notebook. And this was maybe 2016, 17,
Okay.
18 ish. And they told the previous owner, like, you got to check out this app. It's really cool. It gives you data and it gives you a level and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, that is cool. And then he just looked into what it would look like to program the workouts in there.
Mm.
And so he started using it as a gym, just a tracking. I'm not sure what BTWB calls it, but the WOD tracking service. And so we
Sure.
used that for years and years. The previous system that we used, we only used it to bill, like for
Gotcha.
membership payments. They offered a number of other things, but we had our own systems for that in terms of attendance tracking and reservations and all that stuff. So it was just in the corner. No one even knew that they probably had an account on there. It's just like where we put people's credit cards and where we had their memberships. And
Hmm.
so when BTWB announced that they were doing the all-in-one, I mean, right away I was like, okay, I'm going to put that at the top of my list in terms of when I'm ready to transfer over, because I really don't like this system or want this system or use it for what it could do.
Mm.
And so anyway, I finally just put a deadline on my calendar. I use my coaching staff as that, like, hey, by the open, we're gonna try to have a new system or whatever. And so, lo and behold, yeah, I reached out to Daniel. Shout out, he probably hears from me more than he
Oh yeah,
more
yeah,
than
yeah.
he'd
Oh, good old
like
Danny.
to. He's a good dude.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so he walked me through it, and it was more like I really just wanted what we were doing with the other system and what we were doing with WOD tracking to kind of come together. But the all-in-one offers and has things set up more than I was expecting. Right? It tracks a lot of things. It's very simple to use, and it's just for my situation, it's just nice to have one thing, one platform where We can bill people to add their card, change their membership. It's directly connected to how they reserve a class. Like on the
Mhm.
business side, initially I wasn't sure how I felt about this, but like if their payment doesn't go through for a long enough time, like they're going to be notified on the app, and then they're not going to be able to like reserve a class.
Mm.
And so when you have two separate systems, things like that can fall through the cracks. And I'm not out
Oh,
here saying
gotcha.
that members are trying to sneak by,
Right, right.
but if their card expired and they forgot, it might go 2 or 3 weeks, and then you end up billing them like too close together because they're three
Mhm.
weeks past due. And so there's just little things, especially as we've used it, where I'm like, that's actually really convenient because not only you're getting emailed, I'm getting emailed, but it's going to be directly correlated to the app that you're using on a day-to-day basis to reserve a class, and
Nice.
it's all connected. So it
Very
was a
cool.
learning curve for us to use a different system to
Sure.
work our square pegs into the round hole kind of thing. But now that we got it up and running, it's smoother than ever with everything.
Well, man, I gotta tell you, Justin, without having walked through the doors of your gym, I dig the salty vibe. I
Oh,
dig the
thanks,
high
dude.
vibe. I mean, it's if
It's a
I find
thing.
myself in Salt Lake City, I'll have to jump in there. So, but let people know, and I'm also super happy for you that you've been able to make this your full-time gig. Like that's a really significant accomplishment, and that wouldn't have happened if you were running a bad gym. Just it just wouldn't happen because you wouldn't have members telling other members to come in. So that's hats off to you for that. Let people know if they're traveling around, heading to Salt Lake or whatever, like how can they find you? Website, Instagram, promote whoever to get the old, Salty Hive vibe out there.
Yeah, come on in if you're ever visiting or you're in Salt Lake. We actually have a member that joined after following now I can't remember your program.
Oh, Lynchpin.
Lynchpin, yeah. He's like, I've been doing CrossFit, and he's like, I did Lynchpin forever in my garage. So
Oh,
anyway,
that's cool.
if you're one of those
Give
guys
him a
and
high five.
yeah, he's a good dude. If and you want to be a part of a brick and mortar affiliate, come on over. But I'm passionate. You're gonna give me a soapbox opportunity.
Please.
Like drop in it's in the name. Just come in. Like especially if you're actively doing CrossFit, don't wait for me to email you back. Don't wait for me to Instagram message you. Like just come in the doors, be nice, be kind, be patient, do what we have written on the board, and be a part of what we got going on. But we love drop-ins. I feel like we get a week. We have reoccurring drop-ins. But you can find us saltyhivecrossfit.com. You can email me, Justin at Salty Hive CrossFit. We're pretty active on Instagram. I've got a few coaches that put together a bunch of good content, and so we'd love to have you visit. We're proud of it. I think right away you'd get that, just like Pat said, the Salty Hive vibe. You'd get a dose of that.
Very cool. Well, hey, thanks, man. And if you find yourself in the greater Seattle area, you got my email, hit me
Cool.
up, get some coffee. But yeah, keep crushing it out there, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Means a lot.
All right, later.